Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming back to episode 8 of the Purple and Gold Hoops podcast with Adam and Kevin. Kind of a depressing week this week. The Lakers coming off a 4-game losing streak after making it so empathic earlier in the season. They didn't even want to lose back-to-back. We're not going to talk about the first loss. We're just going to talk about the last 3 games, starting with Denver. Then we'll get to the Clippers game on Christmas and tonight's win over the Blazers, as well as some other things that we want to talk about. As always, it's Adam.
This is Kevin.
Coming back to you, and we're going to start with the loss in Denver. And Kevin and I were talking a little bit, and it was a bad game. Like, I told him that was by far the worst loss of the season, and he completely agreed. I don't really know where to start with that game. They had it close in the first half. It was a good game in the first half. LeBron was not playing, just AD, but they kept it close in the first half. And then the second half, just the wheels came off the bus, and they ended up getting blown out by 20-something points.
Wasn't it like 55, 53 at the half?
Yeah, 56, 53, somewhere around there at halftime. So, like I said, it was a good game up until halftime. I believe the Lakers were losing, but by 3 points and no more, you know? So it was a one-possession game at halftime, and second half they just blew the doors off the Lakers, and they lost 128 to 104.
Well, you know, everyone on the Nuggets starters, every single one of the Nuggets starters, except for one player, had at least 10 points.
Mm-hmm. Jamal Murray, somehow we kept him in check. He only had 6 points. The 0 for 6 from 3 was a big part of it.
Oh my God.
But
the 3-point shooting has been terrible, like the last 4 games.
But he's their point guard. He's good. He's not too fast, but he's not slow, you know, like, and his shot is deadly.
He does that little arrow thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like shooting out, like.
He wasn't doing none of that against the Lakers, but Lakers weren't doing much of anything against the Nuggets anyway, so.
Yeah. You know, AD had a really good game. 13 to 23, 32 points, 11 rebounds. So, I mean, outside of that, I think the Lakers, they just got blown out.
I mean, we're also seeing what no LeBron looks like.
Yeah, no LeBron is ugly. Really ugly.
Yeah, there was not a single Laker that every Laker on the roster played. There was not a single Laker that was a positive anything in the plus minus.
One of the worst parts is that the Lakers only had 18 assists. And, you know, tonight at least tonight they got back to really moving the ball around and getting everyone acclimated into the game.
Right.
That game, they had 18 assists, which means there was, like, no ball movement whatsoever. Just give AD the ball down low, let him go to work, and nothing happened. It was terrible.
They also only shot 10 for 29 from 3, which is 34.5%, which is a marked increase from what they were doing. Yeah. But the whole game, it was bad.
But that makes sense, because when you're not moving the ball, you know, you're shooting with a defender in your face the whole night. You're not getting anyone open.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it looks just like it does, like it was.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find a bright spot to take away from this game. If there's one, I would assume it's Kuzma, who had 16 points in the game. Shot 7 for 15 from the field in only 22 minutes. I mean, I guess, because we were talking about Kuzma last week, and I believe the week before that as well, as far as he hasn't been really performing. So 16 points is getting closer to what we expect from Kuz. So I guess that's, if you could call it, the lone bright spot or the silver lining to the loss. But it was disappointing, man. I was really debating just taking a nap. Just watching the game. I'm like, I'm kind of tired. Do I really want to sit here and subject myself to this?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, because I usually write down a lot of notes throughout every single Laker game. And I think I stopped around halftime. I was like, there's nothing good to write.
Yeah, as soon as they came out in the third quarter.
It was just negative. So let's just ignore this game and pretend like it never happened.
Sounds good with me, because I've already deleted it. So I really don't even recall it. Like, but, I mean, that was the loss. That was the second. No, that was the third loss in a row. So that extended the losing streak to 3. Then we coming home to Christmas Day to play the Clippers. And how much... Now, this is a game I didn't want to fall asleep for. And we're probably going to stay talking about this for
quite a while, yeah.
Because this is the game that was so hyped that I was waiting for. That, all of LA and all of the basketball world that follows the NBA was waiting for. And LeBron sat out Denver so that he could be more rested for this game. And it was still questionable or game time decision or whatever it was, whether he was going to play or not. But he and AD both came out against Paul George and Kawhi. I was looking forward to it. It was a great game. Lakers were up by, I believe, 15 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, somewhere around there.
That's right.
And LeBron came up and took this crazy one-legged 3. And then everything went downhill. The Lakers, it was a close game in the fourth quarter, but the Lakers were up by 5 with 4.5 minutes left.
I wonder if he thought he got fouled and he just pulled up.
I wonder if the groin, because LeBron didn't look right. He was not wanting to attack in that game. And
okay.
I wonder if he really didn't have the explosiveness, and it was kind of like it hurt so much, and he's carrying so much of the load because he took it off one leg, and if I remember correctly, he jumped off his right leg, but it's his left groin, so that would kind of make it hurt, so he just took a one-legged 3. But it's still why didn't you just move the ball to somebody? You brought it up with 16 seconds, and you shot the ball at 10 seconds left on the shot clock. It was crazy, and as soon as he did that, the Clippers just got all kind of momentum,
Yeah, he shot 2 for 12 from 3. He shot terrible the whole game. I felt like he was trying to get himself into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, he was leaving people behind because Kuzma was crazy hot that game.
Yeah, the first half, Kuzma came out.
Yeah.
He was exchanging shot for shot with Kawhi in the first quarter.
That's what it seemed. I was like, all right, let's go with this.
It was like the old school watching Kobe go against T-Mac or Kobe against AI, where they were kind of, yes, it's a 5-on-5 NBA game, but they were kind of going one-on-one at each other.
Yes.
They weren't necessarily guarding each other, but they were, okay, Kawhi, you just got that bucket, I'm going to one-up you. Yeah. Kuz comes down, Kuz will get a 3. Kawhi answers back. So it was kind of like watching a one-on-one in an NBA game, and it was great.
Yeah, I was like, why not run this well until it dries up?
Mm-hmm.
If Kuzma misses 2 in a row, okay, call timeout, take him out, go back to the team game.
Yeah, Kuz led the team in scoring with 25 points off the bench. AD had 24, LeBron had 23. Now, if we can get 20 to 25 from Kuzma every night,
that's a definite.
And LeBron and AD are going probably 25 to 28, 29. That's a legitimate big 3, and I really feel like this game against the Clippers on Christmas, it was more that the Lakers lost it rather than the Clippers took it.
True.
Because the Lakers had, like I said, they were up 5 with 4.5 minutes to go in the game, and they had all control, and they weren't getting to the line. They weren't making any threes at that point. Mm-hmm. They were just dry, and they couldn't get a shot, and they were not very aggressive either.
Yeah, well, Kawhi, the machine, was going off. I mean, I felt like every shot he put up was going in.
Well, the Clippers were getting to the free throw line a whole lot, too.
Yeah, but he was
because the Lakers were out of fouls to give with 8 or 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they fouled too much.
I mean, whatever it was, there was not a lot, but there was a few sloppy turnovers. I really just feel like the Lakers let this one get away.
Yeah, but
they should have won that game. I would, even though it started to get within 5 at that 4.5 minute mark. I was not concerned at all. I was not worried. I was still thinking and felt deeply in my heart that okay, it's going to be a close game, but the Lakers are going to pull this out.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And we get to the final, what was it, the 15 seconds? I know you got a lot to say about this.
Oh, I'm so hot.
First of all, we all know where my allegiances lie. I am a diehard Lakers fan. But look at my guy, Pat Bev.
Oh, my God.
I don't agree with the call. I feel like, okay, watching it live, I thought they were going to call a foul. They didn't call a foul.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were looking to see who the ball went off of. So when I realized they weren't calling a foul, my rationale was, look, if you're not going to call the foul, then it's off Beverly.
Yeah.
Like we have to retain position. Like LeBron was going up for a shot and Beverly knocked it out of his hand. Like, but because the ball happened to slide off LeBron's fingertips just at the last off the Lakers, and it's like. That's the like. There's no way you
That's
should.
the game. Like you took the ball out of the you took the ball out of the player's hand and gave it to the referees, and the referee was like, "I'm going to make the decision on who's going to win this game."
Exactly.
I'd rather see LeBron shoot up a bad three
and miss it
than watch.
Yeah, at least we have a chance.
Yes.
Like yeah. So my whole train of thought, like
even if it was Denver playing Portland,
bro. Yeah, and at this point in the game, it's clutch seconds. There was like 13 seconds left on the clock when this happened. They started reviewing it. And I'm like, okay, we're getting the ball back one way or another. We're either getting it out of bounds or we're going to the free throw line for 3 free throws. You want to call it an act of shooting. And so while they're reviewing, I decide, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the kitchen and get some food. I come back. I sit down and expect I'm seeing the Clippers take it out. I'm like, whoa, hold on. What just happened?
Yes. And first of all, I don't agree with the call because it's basic physics. Mm-hmm. If you swipe up, basically the way any basketball player holds the ball, you have one ball on top, one ball on the side. If one hand. If you swipe up, it's going to go off your top hand. If you swipe down, it's going to go off your side hand.
Yeah.
Basic physics. So you know whose hand it went off of, but he knocked the ball. And you consistently make this call throughout the course of the game. But all of a sudden, you want to slow it down by frame and then make the opposite call. I'm like, okay, if you want to call it that way, then call it like that all damn game long. Because it happens all game long where players knock the ball out of each other's hands. But you never get the ball back to the defender's hand. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the NBA's bugaboo. That their whole mission statement is to get officiating correct, and I don't so much mind all the replays. I don't believe in the challenge rule. I don't like. First of all, why do I have to use a timeout and then issue the challenge? And then if I win the challenge, I still lost my timeout.
Yeah,
like the NFL hasn't. Maybe that's why the way I'm thinking about it is that if you lose your challenge, that you lost the timeout. Exactly. But if you win the challenge, you keep your timeout. Exactly. Why should I be penalized because they made the wrong call and I caught it? Mm-hmm. So I don't agree with the way the rule is set up at all, but I also don't agree with the whole challenge. Like I don't like it, and the NBA. The reason I say that's their bugaboo is because they're constantly last 2 minutes of games looking at things. Anytime they get a chance, they go look at things. Hell, they don't even have to need a reason. Like the players could just start waving their finger in the air and say, review it, and they'll go look at it.
Yeah.
And then it takes 5 minutes to come back and whatever.
To figure it out.
But I don't really mind that, but it's like, I think you're trying to do too much. Like, you still have to have some sort of, I hate using this phrase for it, but human error. Like, it's good for some situations, but it
should be based upon the action. The action was Pat Bev knocked the ball out of his hands.
Yeah. But the letter of the rule, if you look at what the rule, it's whoever the ball last touched. So they made the right call, but it's just a dumb call. It's like, it's common sense. Like, what?
Exactly. That's going to happen all day. I mean,
so they either have to get rid of the reviews, or they have to change the way the rule is written.
Exactly. And I think they're going to end up changing the way the rule is written, because if this happens in the playoffs, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are going to be pissed off.
Yeah, and the NBA is not going to do it. They're going to care. It's going to hurt their bottom line in their pocket, but they're not going to do anything to fix it.
No.
They're just going to tell the fan base and players and the team, sorry. Yeah, we screwed it up. Like, look, they're already doing it with the 2-minute reports. You can find that online. And they will tell you all the calls that were made and if they were actual correct calls or if they were incorrect. But they don't go back and reward the teams. It's like a couple weeks ago when the Rockets had whatever issue with James Harden.
True.
when he dunked the ball and it actually went. Yeah, it actually went in, but the refs didn't think it went in, so and they didn't want to review it, and the Rockets decided to send a grievance to the league and propose that they replay the last 2 minutes or whatever of the game from wherever that play happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the NBA was just like, "Nah, take your loss.
Take the L.
We screwed it up, and it don't want to affect nobody but you." Do it.
Pretty messed up.
But that's what the NBA did.
Yeah, no, that's pretty messed up.
If that would have happened to the Lakers, we would have spent the entire episode people just talking about the one call, one play. I wouldn't have talked about none of these games. But it's kind of what happened to the Lakers on Christmas. And
well, the only part I'll give the Clippers is that they outplayed the Lakers in just about every form and fashion. Talking about field goal percentage, rebounding, even they won the turnover margin, fast break points,
and
points in the paint.
And even with all that, I still feel like the Lakers let the game go, and the Clippers took it from them.
Yeah.
Even with them just watching it, the Lakers had full control. Even with everything you just mentioned, how the Clippers won basically every battle. Statistically, I didn't get that sense watching the game at all.
I didn't get that sense watching the game, but I felt like if LeBron wasn't injured,
hampered,
we might have.
We'll say that.
If he wasn't hampered, the Lakers might have blown them out because he started off shooting 0 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, that's the most missed 3-pointers in one game of his career.
Yeah,
he's never missed that many threes.
At one point, I tweeted out, I was like, the last time this guy hit a 3 was like. December 23rd.
When he tore his groin in Oakland last year.
Fourth quarter. And he kept shooting them. I was like, bro, stop shooting threes. Just stop shooting threes. Just like get to the point.
And yet they were still up 5 with 4.5 minutes to go. So hold on. Think about it. They were up 5 with 4.5 minutes. And they ended up losing by 5. So in the last 4.5 minutes of the game, there was a 10-point swing. And I believe the Lakers only scored like 3 points from that point on. I think it was 103-98 at 4.5 minutes. So I'm just like,
they lost the game.
Like
they lost the game. They let it go.
Is it leadership? And I'm not talking about the coaching staff, and I'm not talking about AD because AD has never been there. He's never done it. He's never won a championship. I'm kind of looking right at LeBron when I ask if it's leadership.
I mean,
because with his pedigree, 4 MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs, 3 rings, you're up 4.5 minutes. Everything that game meant. They've already lost to Milwaukee. They've already lost to the Clippers on opening night. You have to get this. That's kind of, I hate using the term must win, but that's kind of a must win at this point in the season. And he didn't do anything about it.
You should have seen. You should have seen Twitter. They absolutely exploded on him. There were thousands of thousands of tweets saying Kobe would have never let this happen.
No, but as a huge Kobe fan, we forget Game 7 against Phoenix in the second half when Kobe did
nothing.
3 shots, I believe.
Yeah.
In the whole half.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of like, I don't pass enough. Okay, I'm going to do nothing but pass in Game 7. Let's see what happens.
But, I will put this one on LeBron because I felt like he was trying to shoot himself into the game while he was leaving people behind because AD started off hot. I think AD started off 6 for 6. Kyle Kuzma starts off hot. And you're sitting over here shooting, 2 of 12, and you're shooting and shooting and shooting, and that bad 3 were off the one leg.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing? We got the game.
I didn't so much mind the shot attempts. I do wish he would have got AD involved a little bit more, a little bit earlier.
He shot 9 of 24.
Yeah, but my thing with LeBron's game was I wish he would have been more aggressive. At least get to the rim.
Yes.
Even if you don't make it, get a foul call. Go to the line. You shooting 68%
They were just jumpers.
But at least be aggressive because the way we see the Clippers doing every play down, they just were going to the free throw line after free throw line after free throw line.
Yeah.
And if they weren't at the free throw line, they were making their shots. So they were guaranteed some type of points every possession down. And it's like LeBron is being so passive And I get it. He was hurt. He wasn't 100%. But you still had to, come on, run off some adrenaline. Do something like, suck it up a little bit, man. Like, all I hear about is how strong you are. Why you can't deal with it for a couple minutes? Like,
the other part that made me upset was that the Lakers got the rebound, but on the rebound, when the ball was in the air, I believe, I'm not sure who the third party was. There's three people under the rebound, or under the goal. There's LeBron, there's Caruso, and there was someone else, and they all just looked at each other when LeBron James grabbed the rebound.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna say it was one of the Harold putbacks.
No, but he just looked at it, and I was like, bro, I need you to be aggressive right now. I need you to go get it. And this is the one time, and these are the moments where Laker fans will say, this is why we love Kobe more than we like LeBron, because if Kobe was in this position, either he's going to miss a shot or he's going to close out the game. We know what we're getting.
And if he misses, he's going to take full responsibility. He's going to say, that's on me. Exactly. And guess what? Next game, when they're in that exact same position, he's going to do the same thing.
And there's some times where I feel like he just doesn't want to take the risk. I'm like, you're the captain of the team.
Yeah,
I'm not
saying
pedigree outside of Rondo. I need you to take the shot. I need you to be aggressive.
JaVale has rings.
And JaVale, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm not upset at him for passing, but my thing with if he's gonna pass up a big shot, he better be passing somebody, and whoever he passes it to better make that goddamn shot. Because if that person misses, that's just as bad as if LeBron missed. And I don't mean to use the Lord's name in vain like that, but like, I'm sorry, like you're kicking it out, so they better hit that shot.
Well, you sound like Snoop Dogg right now. So I'm
trying to keep your family friendly. We'll get to the Snoop comments.
Because after looking at the stats, I think I know who you're talking about.
Who? What were the two? No, save it for me. Make a mental note of it. Yeah, man. I'm like, yes, Jordan passed out of some big shots, threw the ball to Steve Kerr, threw the ball to Tony Kukoc. But guess what? They made those shots. They made them. If they'd have missed, Jordan would have got his legacy hit. Steve Kerr and Tony Kukoc, their legacy ain't going to take a hit. Whose legacy takes a hit? The superstar. Because then people are looking like, we know the result. They missed. Why didn't you just shoot?
I'd rather have him shoot and miss than just not shoot at all or give it to someone else.
See, I'm fine.
No one's paying you $30 million to pass the ball to someone else.
I'm fine with the pass, but he better be damn sure that they make that shot.
No, I don't mean...
Because if they make it, then it's...
Like, I'd only be okay with the pass if they're wide open. Like, if it's a set play and I drew the defense in and I got them wide open. It's the right play.
But even still, if they're wide open, it was set, that's the play you drew up, and they miss. All the back blow is still coming to LeBron. It's not going to Danny Green. It's not going to KCP. It's not going to whoever he's kicking it to.
I'd be fine with that. I'm like, okay, that was a good play.
I still feel like if you pass the ball and they make it, we win the game. I'm going to enjoy it. But you pass the ball, they miss it, we lose the game, I'm coming to you. I'm not coming to whoever shot. I'm coming to you because you're the leader. You're the superstar. You're the GOAT, right? Supposedly. So I can't blame the role. I'm coming straight to you, and especially you're the one that threw the pass. Why? If you're all these things, why are you kicking it out?
That's true. I mean, look, I look at LeBron like he's probably he is the most well-rounded basketball player we've probably ever seen. But I still don't think that just because you're the most well-rounded basketball player, that it will automatically lead to you being the best basketball player we've ever seen. Because, he's efficient, but just because you're efficient doesn't mean you're effective.
Yeah. I mean, people use the efficiency argument against Kobe all the time. That's why people that have Kobe outside of the top 10, first of all, you're crazy. Second of all, they're also going to say, well, he shot 35% while taking 30 shots.
Look, man, I don't even want to hear that argument because I was like, did you see that squad?
But the analytics are not very kind to Kobe. They're just not nice to Kobe at all.
I know.
And as a Kobe fan, I have to acknowledge that. But that doesn't change my outlook on him.
No.
I still think I legitimately think Kobe is the best basketball player of all time. I put Kobe above Jordan. I don't care what anybody said. Look, I sat here. I watched Kobe. I know what Kobe is about. I saw the down years. I saw the championship runs. I saw it all. I saw him put up 35.5 points in the season. I saw him dunk on Nash because he was mad he didn't get the MVP that year. I also saw him get robbed of 2 or 3 MVPs that he should have had.
I'll give him that.
So it's like, as bad as the analytics were to him, there's other factors that he was done dirty because when you look at Kobe, and I'm getting kind of off track, but I just love Kobe. But yeah, when you look at Kobe's early years, like with Tim Duncan and everything, Tim Duncan won an MVP relatively early. There was Shaq, there was Garnett, there was Iverson. It was always, well, Kobe's going to be around. He's going to get his. Don't worry about it. So they would give it to somebody else. And then come 2008, Kobe still doesn't have one. 12 years into, media was like, okay, we got to stop playing around. Gave it to Kobe. Never got another one after that. He should have won over Steve Nash the second time.
Yeah.
Because Steve Nash got 2 in a row. He should have won probably over...
Well, they were and the media was enamored with the whole Phoenix Suns offense, how fun it was.
And before that, it was big men. It was Shaq, Tim Duncan, KG, players like that. And AI was their lone guard for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it, Kobe was better than all of them.
Yeah.
And LeBron sits here with 4 MVPs, and it's like, how? Why?
I mean, the Twitter went after him like no other.
I bet they did.
And but there are a lot of Laker fans that don't like LeBron.
Oh, I still don't like LeBron. I didn't want LeBron to come here in the first place. And now that we got him, am I glad he's here?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
of course.
Him being here is better than nothing.
Exactly. Am I glad he's here? But did I necessarily want or hope that he... Not necessarily. Because I've never rooted for LeBron. I take that back. There was one time I rooted for LeBron, and that was 2006 in the finals against San Antonio because I didn't want him to get another ring. And I took the lesser of 2 evils, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, I'd rather LeBron get this.
Because you didn't want Timmy to tie the 5 with Kobe,
which is basically where we're at in history, you know. So,
like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan will never be better than Kobe in my eyes.
Those people that say that, I think
I just
cracked out.
Look, I just seen Kobe just ball up on him too many times.
Kobe had 60 points in his farewell game after 20 years in NBA. People, 60 points. What did Jordan have in his last game? 20.
That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But that's great. There's never going to be somebody else that does that.
I've seen Kobe just manhandle Tim Duncan way too many times for me to actually put. Because
he dunked on him a few times.
That one-on-one means something.
Yeah.
It's like, I just took your man card.
Yeah, Kobe's dunked on Tim Duncan just like he dunked on Yao, just like he dunked on Steve Nash and Dwight Howard. And the list goes on and on and on. Yeah. Like, Kobe. For those of you that didn't get to see Kobe, like, live, not even necessarily in person, because I had the luxury of going to see him when he was actually playing. But if you didn't even get to see, like, if you're too young and you didn't get to see Kobe, like, even on TV, man, I'm sorry. I really feel sorry for you. Like, I feel bad for you. Like, and I'm sure people, the generation before me, were saying the same thing about Michael.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you missed, like my son, he's 11, and so he was, Kobe retired in 2016, so he was like 5 when Kobe played his last game. So he didn't get to see none of Kobe, basically. And he wasn't even into basketball at that point. He is now, but he wasn't then. So it's like people in that age range, it's like get on YouTube and watch some highlights after you listen to us. And after you hit the like and subscribe, please. But let's get back on track. What else we got against Clippers? You want to talk about a little bit of the Clippers side? Kawhi with 35. Paul George had a pretty meh game with 17.
Yeah, he had a terrible game.
Harrell had 18 off the bench, though. So he kind of picked up the slack for George.
Man.
But you got anything to say on the Clipper side of things?
I feel like Dwight Howard could take care of Harrell.
I guess. Okay. I'm going to let you go into that first.
Yeah, because Harrell and Pat Bev to me are the hoot and hollering.
That's why I let you go first. Go ahead.
Because they hoot and holler. They're always saying like they act like they're the victims of the NBA. I'm like, how do you pretend like you're the victim of the NBA? I mean, you guys said you're a top 3 team in the West.
Mm-hmm.
You have Kawhi Leonard.
Aren't they second?
Yeah, Paul George. No, they're third.
Who's second?
Denver.
Okay.
For now, because the Clippers have so many losses.
Yeah, it's getting ugly for them. I don't know how they have this many losses.
Well, they go on 500 when they're not playing Kawhi.
Yeah.
And he's off he was off tonight. He's supposed to be in the flu.
PG has played every game since he's returned from the injury, which is respectable. Dude had both his shoulders operated on this summer, so you knew it was going to take him some time.
I'm just wondering.
But since he's come back, he's played every game.
But he's going to get himself injured because he's going to be.
Well, he's just getting tired too. Him. Something like either injury or fatigue or.
Yeah. This guy, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's at this point. He's like, man, I really hope I don't even make the All-Star team because
at least I'll like a week off in Cancun or wherever I'm going.
Yeah. Ooh, it's worse now. Okay, so as of today, the Lakers are first because 25-7. Denver is second, 22-9. Houston is third, 22-10. The Dallas Mavericks are fourth, 21-10, and the Clippers are fifth, 23-11. So I mean, sidetrack, but I don't think the Clippers want to play a team like the Rockets. If Clippers end up playing the Rockets,
the Rockets have been giving them the business this year.
Yes. But the fact that they act like they're the victims, both of those players, I'm referring to Pat Bev and Harrell. Mm-hmm. It just boils my. I get so heated because it's like they talk so much.
I love when you get into it because it's just funny. Like, you're so angry. I'm just here, and the more angry you get, the more I laugh.
But look. And they truly act like victims. Like, they will flop on the court. There was one point in time where he tried to flop on LeBron. I'm like, man, look, don't act all hard on the street. And then when you get on the court, you want to...
Let me know when you're done.
Never mind. Okay, I was just going to say out of that. I'm like, look, if you're going to be a man, be a man all day.
Family friendly, bro.
Yeah, if you want to be a man all day. Don't say, oh, I'm this tough, I'm this and that, and I'm bad. And then all of a sudden, I want to flop on the floor. Like, man up.
Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So, talking about the Clippers, I do have something to talk about. And that is my guy, Pat Bev. We're going to start with the last play. Even though we just got done complaining about it, and it was a terrible call. But at the same time, it's my guy, Pat Bev. And I've been trying to explain to Kevin his worth.
That is not a winning basketball play.
Hold on. I gave you time. Okay? All right. I'm about to make you a little bit more angry. You might want to check your blood pressure after this. But, okay. So, that's why his value is there. Now, let me get to the winning plays, okay? Now, we're going to dive into the box score. 8 points. So, he didn't meet your 10 points as a starter. But he had 9 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block, and only 1 turnover, playing 32 minutes. And he was a plus 26, Kevin. That's Paul George, minus 8. Kawhi, who had a great game, was plus 13. Pat Bev is a plus 26.
You
know how good that is.
Are you saying the reason that
you know how good that is?
Pat Bev?
Yes, that's exactly what I am saying.
Not the 35 points from Kawhi Leonard, the guy who was murdering the Lakers all night.
I'm looking at that final play that sealed the game. I'm looking at plus 26 in the box score. I'm looking at 9 rebounds from a point guard.
Technical foul.
They won by 5, bro. Frank Vogel got a tech. What do you want?
Okay, I understand the technical foul by Frank Vogel. He got a technical foul.
Are you blaming him for getting a tech? But you want to blame Pat Bev, right?
No, I like when coaches get techs.
So that's a coach thing. Coach can do it, but players can't.
Yes, exactly. Because some coaches do it to motivate the team. He does it, and who on the team had to calm him down? I think Lou Williams had to calm him down. He's like, "What are you doing, bro?"
And what did Lou Williams just do last time they played the Rockets? Got 2 techs in a row and got it injected.
Hey, sometimes
and tried to fight somebody.
But teams you expect your teammates to check you. Especially when you're wrong.
So why are you holding this against Pat Bev, bro?
Because
do you know how great
8 points,
a plus 26
9 rebounds, 4 assists is not what when they
a steal
won the
and
game.
a block. And still, the block won in the game.
The block is
I think
not
that,
what won
I think
them
that
the
went
game.
down as a block. Bro, plus 26. What if Kuz had a plus 26?
He had a plus 26. That's fine.
Oh, I don't want to hear you never talk bad about a player that's in negative. So next time Rondo is negative 26.
No, if you're the only player that's negative.
No, dude, you can't have it both ways.
He was the only player that was negative.
You can't have it both ways.
You can't tell me, hey, everybody's getting the positive plus or minus, except for Rondo, but y'all lost the game.
You can't have it both ways, man. You can't. You want to get on a Rondo for minus 26, but you don't want to give Pat Bev his props for plus 26? Come on, man.
Dude, I give you some context behind it.
I'm giving you context too. 8 points, 9 rebounds from a point guard, 4 assists, a steal and a block in 32 minutes.
And he still don't know how to run a fast break. I can't even call you a point guard. He's just guard.
Okay, so he's a 2 guard. Call him a 2 guard.
Yeah, he ran a
okay.
He
so
was running
what?
A fast break.
He's 6'1" and he has 9 rebounds and he's making a block on LeBron who has 7 inches on him. Man, come on, you can't be doing this.
He's running a fast break with Paul George. Didn't know what to do with the ball. Turned around and kicked it to Kawhi.
Plus 26 though. So you're harping on one bad play, but he's plus 26.
He makes them all the time. It's like he doesn't know what to do.
Plus 26. What do you want? You want perfection. You just want God out there running the point.
But I'm like, dude, how do you not how to know run a fast break as a point guard?
So let's take him out and let's put God in the lineup then. Come on, God. Jesus, you want to play 2 guard, bro? Come on now. We'll have the Holy Spirit at 3.
Kills me. Kills me every time.
Plus 26, man.
The
plus 26.
The defensive plays, I get it. That's who he is.
If he was a plus 15,
you don't play on one side of the court when you play basketball. You play on both sides of the court.
Okay, if he was a plus 15, did the Clippers win?
I mean, the plus or minus really just talks about like.
But you harp on it so much.
The plus or minus is only tells you how much you were up or down when you were on the court. So it really it's not.
So they were 26 points better when Pat Bev was on the court for whatever reason. It's not saying that he contributed all of that,
plus or minus
but for whatever reason, it worked better when he was on the court rather than off.
Plus or minuses really matter more to the running point guard because the point guard is running the show.
What position is Beverly playing?
He does a run point.
Oh my goodness!
You're telling me he runs point for the Clippers?
Do you not see how often he brings the ball up?
You're telling me he sets up the offense?
Yes.
He sets up the offense.
Yeah, not in transition. Not in transition. But in half court, yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. I was watching highlights where they were talking, but you sent me the video of what the Horns offense is. Basically, you have both bigs come up and set screens at the same time.
Yes.
I was watching on NBA TV before the Lakers game tonight a highlight of the Clippers running Horns. Well, guess who handling the ball?
So you're telling me when Lakers are playing the Clippers,
I didn't see it against them.
No,
he
wasn't.
running the point against them. Yeah.
No, he was not.
He brought the ball.
Just because you bring the ball from one side of the court to half court doesn't mean you set up the offense. That just means you brought the ball up.
The offense wasn't set. They weren't getting in position when he was. What you think? They were taking naps?
Look, if you bring
So
the
when
ball
he was
up,
bringing the ball up,
if you
they were
bring the
taking
ball up
naps.
to half court and then you pass to Kawhi and he sets up the offense,
That's the
you didn't do
offense that
nothing.
they want. You came off ball. You set a back screen for somebody. You got open. Look in the corner. What are you talking about?
Yeah. You know why he's setting up back screens as a point guard? Because he's useless.
Ran off, but his 8 points is
now it's different.
plus
Because sometimes Steph
26.
Curry sets up back screens, but he's actually a part of the flow. Like what he's doing is setting it up.
You act like they don't kick the ball out to Pat Bev.
When he's wide open, the corner is only 3 seconds left in the game. Yes.
No, they just have him out there sicking LeBron James like a pit bull.
Pretty much.
And winning the game.
Because the Lakers were ignoring him all night.
They won the game, bro.
The Lakers were ignoring him all night in the corner. Like, hey, bro, go ahead and shoot. If you make it, fine. If you don't, whatever.
1 for 3 from 3, 3 for 7 from the field. And 1 for 3 from the free throw line. But still 8 points. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, steal, a block, and plus 26.
I don't like how you always talk mess about my 10 points.
Like, that's your rule.
Like, just do the numbers. Like, look.
Is that not what I'm doing, arguably?
Yes. But look, think about it. Think about it this way. If every starter scoring 10 points means that you are actively participating in the offense. You're making yourself a threat.
For flow and pace and everything
exactly.
Like that. It's more efficient. It's more effective. I get where you're coming from with that, but it's not real. Not every team is going to play that style.
No, I know they're not.
Just like Phil Jackson in the early 2000s, he ran the triangle. Not everybody was scoring 10. Outside of Shaq and Kobe,
Shaq were scoring like
nobody
70.
Nobody was scoring 10. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not so much.
But
that's why I feel you put too much
way.
value on it. System,
Think
bro.
of it this way: like AD scores 25, LeBron James scores 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 50. 3 other guys are on the court. They score 10.
How often do
That's 80.
How often do the Lakers' other starters score 10 points? Danny Green averages like 8.
Yeah, no.
Like everybody else, like they're.
But do you
got LeBron and AD, and then your third leading scorer is Kuz at 11.
But as a basketball team, you want to build these good habits. So when you get to the playoffs, you have good habits, and you're not like, "Hey, where's Kyle Kuzma today?" Well, you weren't passing to him the last 10 games. So,
I agree with that, but that's system. That's not the play. We talked about this after we got done recording last week about quarterbacks, college quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about Keaton Slovis and how you thought he was going to be a starter at SC next year, and JT Daniels needed to transfer because that air raid system is not for him. It's system. So how are you going to expect a quarterback who's not running the air raid and they're in a run-heavy offense to throw for 500 yards a game? But then you look at the air raid and Keaton Slovis, who's a 3-star recruit, coming out, lighting it up, going 29 for 30 or whatever crazy numbers he had, and throwing for 400, 500 yards, and he's looking like he's the best thing since sliced bread. It's system, bro. Just because Pat Bev is in a system where his job is to bring the ball up, and okay, you say he's not doing anything when he does that. Wouldn't you love Rondo to just bring the ball up, give it to LeBron, and let LeBron run the offense in the half court so that's still, it's very minuscule, but he's still taking pressure off LeBron. LeBron does not have to bring the ball up. That's why towards the end of Kobe's career, he broke down so much because he was having to do everything, including bring the ball up.
Yeah, look, this is where I'll give Doc Rivers credit. He's using him to the best of his abilities, but I don't necessarily like his abilities. I come up from a traditional. I play traditional point guard, and I like traditional point guards like CP3. But I also like you to do a little bit more. Like I can't just have you on one side of the court doing just a little bit.
So what would it take for? Give me one thing, because I'm sure there's a lot.
Man, just run. Look, I like point guards to be actually run the point.
Okay, but be specific.
And there's so many small forwards and
that can handle the ball now. Yeah.
Yes, they're taking that. You point guards today are like useless. You're just a guard. You don't run the point. You just sit there in the corner and shoot threes.
Positionless basketball. Yeah, what they call it. But let me ask you a specific question about Patrick Beverley. What is? I'm not even going to say one thing because I'm sure you would have a whole bunch. You'd have the list A to Z of things that you would like to see him at.
Mm-hmm.
What is the biggest thing that you'd like to see him at that would have you respect him? What does he need to develop a better jump shot? Does he need to have a better basketball IQ, bringing the ball up, the ability to run an offense? What is the one thing that you want to see from Patrick Beverley?
Oof.
Do you want? I say IQ because I know you always tell me he makes dumb plays. Do you want? You can't really say better defense or better tenacity because So what is the one thing that he could do to make you respect his game? Like,
I mean, you could easily say he needs a set shot, but that's not really it for me. Not with him. I would start off with the basics. I would like to see him having some ball handling skills.
So ball control.
Be able to go around the screen. Not necessarily go across people, but work the screen game.
Have better handles.
Yeah. Like if he could work with Montrezl Harrell, then I think that starting unit.
So if you gave him Lou Williams ball control.
That team would be off the chain.
Okay.
That team.
I finally got Kevin to give Patrick Beverley some props. As long as he can steal Space Jam way, Lou Williams.
And I'm not saying like he can cross somebody. I'm not saying cross somebody over.
Still Lou Williams ball control and that fadeaway shot to the left.
No, please don't. No.
And Pat Bev, you can start for Kev, but right now, not right now.
Run a pick and roll.
He does that though. Not often, but he does that. But Doc doesn't want. Why would you put?
You know why he doesn't want him to do it?
Because he has Kawhi and Paul George. Why would you want that?
No.
No, come on.
He didn't have Kawhi and Paul George last year. And he had them doing last year.
He had Lou Will.
He probably
Tobias Harris.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He probably saw it in practice and was like, "Nah, we're not doing that. just go over there in the corner, and knock down that shot."
I want everything you do on the defensive end.
You're wasting energy on that side. Okay, we need to get you back on the other side.
It's reversed. Normally, I don't want you to play no D, but Pat Bev, you don't. As long as you don't do nothing offensively, don't even go down there.
Oh, okay.
Stay back. Make sure ain't nobody cherry picking. All right, that's enough of the Clipper game. We want to keep it lighthearted, and that's why we were laughing. But believe me, Kevin and I are both a lot more upset about the loss on Christmas, than we are leading on. But let's move on and get to happier times. Tonight against Portland. Came into the game with the 4-game losing streak. I told you guys last week that they very easily could lose five in a row. Excuse me. I didn't predict it. I thought they were going to go 2-1. I thought they were going to beat Denver. They didn't. I was kind of handicapped by no LeBron. But they lost 4 in a row. They came into Portland tonight, and they looked aggressive. They were not. You could tell by their body language. There wasn't as much celebrating when they made good plays. It was more, we're here about, like, they were upset. They looked upset. The whole team looked upset and bothered at the fact they had a 4-game losing streak going on.
Well, I'm really glad
played really
out
well.
of the 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, they played really well. They looked dominant throughout the whole game. Granted, they never had a big lead where it's like, oh, this is over. But watching the game without knowing the score or without looking at the score, the Lakers were playing very well. I can't put it any other way than dominant. The bench had 72 points. The team has a total score of 128. The score was 128 to 120. Lakers won. The bench had 72 of the 128, so that's more than half.
The ball movement.
Yeah. Kuzma had 24 points to, again, lead the team in scoring. Rondo played really well, 15. I think he played well. Kevin doesn't. He had 15.
I think he played adequate.
Adequate, people. So he was good enough.
Exactly.
Rondo had 15, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 6 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3 in 18 minutes, and I believe he was a plus 25. Plus 12, I'm sorry. I'm tripping.
25?
I'm thinking about Pat Bev. He was a plus 12. KCP was a plus 22. That might be where I was getting it from as well. LeBron had 16 assists. That's crazy. He had almost as many assists as he had points, only scoring 21. But if LeBron's giving me 21 points, 16 assists, and 7 rebounds,
yeah,
I'll take the dipping points.
He's capable
I'll
of
take the
that.
dipping points, yeah.
I think he's capable of that every night, which is why I think that the starters on the Lakers, every starter on the Lakers could have 10 points because he could easily set people up when he wants to.
Okay, 16 assists tonight. The rest of the starters, McGee, 4 points. Bradley, 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Green, 3 points. So even on arguably his best night passing, your case is that because of his passing,
each starter set people up if he really wants to.
No other starter had 10 points. He set up Kuzma a lot, which was a big deal.
20.
Well, come on, man.
You said no other starter.
You know what I'm talking about, though. He set up Kuzma a lot, which was watching it, and we'll get to it a little bit later, was very relieving to me.
Well, I mean, the whole JaVale McGee thing, he only played 11 minutes. He's starting.
Is that really it? Yeah, 11 minutes.
But he's not really
okay, Dwight played 19, and he only had 11 points.
Yeah, he had 11. He was a starter.
There we go. 11 is good. 11 is good.
He had
9
blocks.
Is no good. 9, take your ass home. You're a bum.
He had 4 blocks.
11, though. 11. Nah, I can work with 11. You have 9, go home.
11 is better than 4. I mean, you had 4 points. You were just chilling. I mean, 4 points. I mean, he had 4 points, 1 block, 4 rebounds. I mean, yeah. Nothing much happened. You had
basically what he was
2
doing
alley-oops.
Golden State, yeah.
But Lakers really moved the ball around tonight. They had the second most assists they've ever had. I think the most assists they've ever had is 39. They had 32 today. They've had 32 a few times, and every single time they have great ball movement, they're undefeated.
The 3-point attempts are down too. Tonight they took 32. I think against the Clippers they took 45. I believe. I'll double check that right now. But the 3-point attempts were down to against the Clippers they were 12 for 45.
Yeah,
26.7%. Tonight they were
34 of those.
Yeah. But I mean, the fact that the 3 is down, it seems like they were getting back to what they were doing at the beginning of the year.
Working in the paint.
Yeah. The paint numbers, I believe they outscored Portland by 20 points plus in the paint numbers. Mm-hmm. They obviously outscored their bench, far outscored their bench. 72 points from the bench, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Did you notice Tolliver out there? I didn't even know he was still in the NBA.
Yeah, I heard his name on the radio, I want to say probably about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that reaction, and they said he was in Portland. So I knew that he was on Portland, but I didn't expect him to be playing and to go 4 for 4 from 3.
Right? I was like, they said Tolliver, and I was like, that can't be Anthony Tolliver.
Yeah, no.
And I looked up and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is. Newsflash, it is. That's him. Kuz also played well. I think I said this, led the team in points and scoring with 24. The thing with that is he had 20 in the first half, and I believe it was 17 in the first quarter. He had 15 or 17 points or something in the first quarter alone.
Yeah, at halftime, Kuzma had 20 points.
Yeah, 20 points. He scored 4 in the second half, which is far down, but I believe in the first quarter he had 15 or 17. I'll look for that and see if I can find that actual number for you, but let me see.
I was a little upset that Kuzma didn't get more shots. I mean, it kind of seemed like the same thing as the previous nights, where he got hot in the first quarter, and he just went away from him. And I'm like, you need to run this dry well. Run it down until there's nothing left. Don't just. At one point in time, I think he was 7 of 9, and then the coach called timeout and took him off the bench. Took him to the bench. I was like, "What are you doing? He's 7 of 9. Let him keep shooting."
You still kind of got to keep your rotations, though.
I get that, but We're on a 4-game losing streak. Let's win the game.
I mean, they still did. But other news, Howard had 11, Rondo had 15, KCP had 13, Caruso just missed it, double figures with 9. Deadly played 1 minute and had 0 points, so, I mean, you can throw that out. And Quinn Cook and Troy Daniels, again, DNP coach's decision. I don't know why. At least use one of them. Use one of them. I don't care which at this point. But you got to use one of them because the 3-point shooting on this team is so bad, and those are
2 good 3-point shooters.
Yeah, use one of them. I don't care if you use one game is Dudley or Daniels, the other is Cook, and you just alternate every other. Use one of them. Figure out a way to get one of them some looks.
I kind of wish they would try to use Quinn Cook to see if he could run the offense. Because,
Yeah, Quinn Cook is very serviceable.
Yeah, especially when he
has rings. Unit. He has rings, too.
Oh, yeah. He ran the second unit for the Warriors. I'm like, give him a shot.
Exactly.
You're just wasting him on the bench.
Like him and Daniels. And supposedly Vogel was all excited about Daniels when he heard they were signing him because his thing was, every time I coached against him, he always lit me up. Okay, well, now you got him and you're not using him. He's like, somehow, against me, he always seemed to shoot the lights out. And I'm like... And some players, where it feels like every time you watch them, they're doing something good. Like, for me, it's kind of Anthony Simons for
God.
Portland.
He was killing me.
Yeah, I've watched the 2 games that the Lakers have played at Portland. And then I watched him play against the Clippers. And the 3 times I've seen him, I've been he can play.
Oh, yeah, he can play.
So, I mean, maybe I think he's a little better than what he actually is, but it seems like to me every time I see him, he's doing something well. He's scoring. He's crafty. He has speed. He has ball control. He can shoot.
He's got a lot of speed.
So every time I see him, I'm impressed with him. Now, I probably think he's a bit better than what he actually is because I'm sure he doesn't look like that every night.
Well, LeBron James had to shut him down tonight. Slow your roll, young fella.
That one block.
Yes.
It was
he's got this long. He's got a long crossover.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of needs to shorten up a bit, and it's what slowed him down. So when he went up, LeBron James.
Well, did you see the way he put Caruso in the spin cycle though? Coming down in transition.
Yeah.
Every time Caruso would turn his body, he would just do a little crossover.
Wanted it though. Caruso was like, "I'm not going to foul him, so I'm just going to run in front of him."
Because at a point, Caruso just stopped switching.
Yeah.
But he for 19 or 20-year-old, he's skilled.
I'm surprised they don't play him more, knowing that they lack scoring.
But it's hard with CJ and Dame.
But they lack scoring.
They do, but it's hard with CJ and Dame. That's 30, 35 minutes right there.
I mean, but Portland's always been one of those places where they don't get a lot of free agents, and they kind of develop their own.
Yeah,
I'm like, there you go. You found someone. Play him. I mean, it's not like y'all are going to win the play. I mean, you're not winning the NBA Finals. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I would play him more. I like him. I like him a lot. I told you this tonight while we were watching the game.
Yeah,
he's nice. And his shot is good. He's not great, but he's not terrible. He's about league average as a rookie, which for a rookie, you're looking great if you can shoot league average. Because as a rookie, you're probably only going to get better.
Is he a rookie or is he second year?
He's a rookie. He's like 19.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really young. He's good. I'm impressed with him. I would like him on the Lakers. I wouldn't be mad if he was on the Lakers.
He's second year pick. Second year guy.
Second?
Yeah,
I thought he was a rookie.
No.
How old is he, 20?
He is 20.
20, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I heard he was a rookie, but...
First,
he was 24th pick, round, I know that.
First round, 24th pick, 2018.
Okay, so yeah, second year.
But still, I mean...
Yeah, he's doing some great things.
He went from 3.8 points to 9.6. It's a pretty good jump.
Basically tripled it.
Yeah. Still got on my nerves. That's when you know someone's good. You got on my nerves.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody shut this guy down because he's getting on my last nerve.
Yeah. You hear the argument? What does Patrick Beverly do to Kevin?
There's a difference.
I
actually thought he was good offensively.
All right. What do you got to say about the game? Because you haven't really said too much about the plays this game tonight.
I mean, the only thing I have to say about tonight's game is that Kuzma was hot. And I feel like Kyle Kuzma is back.
You don't have anything to say about Dame's 31?
Dame
He shot terribly.
He shot terribly, but he kept getting us in foul trouble. He would go around those little curls. And
Dame is a killer, man.
Get people to foul him on the three-point shot. I was like, ugh.
Dame is a killer.
I mean,
and he shoots free throws at like a 90% rate.
Yes, yeah. I feel like he didn't play like that the first game, though. He definitely didn't play like that the first time he played.
He still ended up with 28, 8, and 7.
Yeah.
So even though that was a bad game, tonight was a bad game. He's still at
I think
29.5 points against us.
If CJ McCollum had a better game, they might have won that game.
Do you know what happened to Scala this year? Because he started, he only played 3 minutes. I didn't see him get injured or anything.
Never saw him again. Didn't even care. I think I was too focused on Simons. It's like,
well, Scal played 3 minutes. He started, so he was in and out before Simons even got off the bench.
And Kenton Bazemore, I'll foul you.
I like Kent Bazemore, bro.
You do?
Yeah.
He fouled the life out of AD.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Turned around like nothing ever happened.
I didn't like that, but I like him as a player. I liked him when he was with the Lakers. I was upset when he left and went to Atlanta, but I still liked him as Hawk. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, oh, Kent Bazemore, but
I mean, he's a good
I like
shooter,
his game,
but
he's tough. He
Anthony
plays
Davis
defense.
at the ball. Anthony Davis going up for a layup or a dunk.
Is that the one where he hurt his shoulder?
Yes, and he fouled him so hard he wasn't even close to the ball, and it just broke into a fast break. AD's sitting there on the floor like, all right, I guess this is how it's going to be.
Yeah, LeBron gave us an injury scare today when he tripped over Tolliver's, I guess, big toe.
Yeah, I think they fouled a lot of us, though. I mean, Kyle Kuzma's lips were red. It looked like they had been bleeding.
Yeah, he got hit in the mouth, and they had to actually stop the game to stop the bleeding.
AD got his arm ripped off, and LeBron James almost got his elbow ripped off. So, I'm just glad we got out of that game.
I don't blame Portland for the LeBron one. You and I have already.
I just tried to throw that in there.
Yeah, you and I have already. I don't blame Portland for that. My first reaction was that has to be LeBron because he came up and he did not get any lift.
Well, I don't know.
And then he comes down, and now he's grabbing his elbow, and he's all hurt, and he doesn't even want anybody. And I'm looking at his arm sleeve, and I guess it had ripped a hole because there's a hole. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. At one point in time, I thought all 3 Lakers were injured. I was like, oh, that's that. He's done for the season.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared anytime I see LeBron or AD go to the game, and it happens every game.
Now, do you think the Portland curse has been lifted?
I can't go that far yet. If they go up there and they win both meetings next year, then I'll say yes. But, I mean, Portland's just so depleted by injuries. Mm-hmm. They don't have Zach Collins. They don't have Jusuf Nurkic. They lost Rodney Hood. Last time we played them, he tore his Achilles. So they're just so depleted. I'm not ready to go that far yet. And we should win these games because we got LeBron and AD.
That's true.
Whiteside balled out tonight.
Whiteside's a little clumsy.
19 points, 16 rebounds, 7 for 11. Yeah.
He's a little clumsy with the ball.
It looks like he has mental lapses where he'll take possessions off mentally, but physically you can't see it. But in his head, he's kind of like dazed off somewhere else. but he's still boxing out and whatnot. So he looks like he's
in the game, but he's not really.
Exactly.
And they throw him the ball, and it falls out of bounds, and you're like,
yeah. And he's like, oh my, yeah, I'm gonna get read out of it. And he'll be good for the next 5 minutes. Yeah. Then it'll be good for the next 5 minutes or whatever. Then he'll just, it's kind of like the kid just playing T-ball who's in the outfield. Doing nothing, like, you get so bored and your attention span is so short as a kid that you're just like, and then next thing you know, the ball's heading your direction. You're like, oh, like,
I promise you, he dropped the ball out of bounds like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
and I was like, you know what? I'll take it.
But he still had 19 and 16. That's a lot.
Imagine what he could have if he was focused.
If he was engaged, and that was the whole thing in Miami because there's games where he'll have 30 and 20, and he'll look dominant. But then there's games where he'll have like 5 and 4. And look like he's never touched a basketball court in his life.
Well, maybe you can get some of those focus pills.
I don't know. I think he got that money. If the Lakers signed him...
the Lakers could have signed him. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. But if they signed him next offseason in the Dwight Howard role, give him a vet minimum?
No, we could have signed him for cheap. That was the whole point. Before he went to... When we had Jim Buss as the general manager... Lakers could have signed.
Oh, bro, you're talking about 3 or 4 years. That would not have worked.
Oh, that would have worked. I would have taken him over whatever we had at
Mozgov?
the time. Yes.
Okay, yeah, over Mozgov, yes. That's a tribute to how terrible Mozgov is.
I mean, it's also a tribute to how terrible Jim
Whiteside, he 80 million to Mozgov, 80 million to Dang, all in 5 minutes.
I wanted to smack him myself.
Both of them were like, oh.
Yeah. I don't condone violence, but it was one of those moments. Like, what were you thinking?
Smack some sense into the man. I don't understand how somebody did not tell him, like, that's not a good idea. I don't know.
I need to be that guy for Jim Buss. Like, hey, I don't think we should do that.
Next thing you hear, Kevin coming out talking like magic. Yeah, I'm the reason why the Lakers are doing what the Lakers are doing.
It's like every time I just have them come up with an idea, and I'll tell them yes or no.
With him, all you gotta do is shoot it down. Oh, Jim, you got it? No.
Mm-mm.
But you haven't even heard it. No. I don't need to hear it. All I need to hear is you have an idea. That means no. Whatever you're thinking, we're going to do the exact opposite. I don't know what it is, but we're going to do the exact opposite because you got it wrong.
Yeah.
You've showed me time and time again that you can't do it right. So whatever you do is wrong, so I'm going to do the opposite, and I have to be right. Somebody has to be right.
Yeah. When he was at the helm, they just could have also signed Isaiah Thomas.
Before he went to Phoenix.
Exactly.
You know who was advocating for that?
Who?
Your boy Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
Before he took first take, he was saying on the radio.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Like Isaiah Thomas and Whiteside. I think that'd be a pretty good squad. At least compared to what we had at the time.
Compared to what we had at the time, maybe, but I don't know. You gotta think Whiteside was a whole lot younger and more. He's not doing this numbers. His averages were probably 12 and 10 at the time.
I'll take that. Mozgov? I'll take 12 and 10.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair point. I can't really argue it, but just as long as you know that the numbers aren't current Whiteside, you know?
It was the development that I was looking at.
Yeah.
You know, you add, let's say you take Isaiah Thomas, Whiteside, and then you take in like a D'Angelo Russell, and then you also take in...
They had Julius Randle already, yeah.
Yeah, and
Clarkson. See, now the thing, if Whiteside could ever just get a real motor and passion to play the game, he would be scary.
Oof. Yeah, if.
But he's at the point where he's not going to develop that now. He's too old.
He is who he is.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else about Portland?
No, that was it.
I feel like that went really quick. The Portland and the Denver segments went really quick.
I never felt like the Lakers were going to lose the game. Let's put it that way.
Nor did I. Yeah. It was only an 8-point win, but they were in control 95% of the game. Of course, Portland made their own little runs to come back. There was other things going on, but
I think I think they went up by 4, maybe one time.
Yeah,
that was their largest lead.
All right, so that concludes the 3 games from last week. Let's go into the miscellaneous section now. Kuzma. I want to get to Kuzma. We already kind of hinted at his play. He had 3 great games against Denver, the Clippers, and the Blazers. Led the team in all 3 games in scoring. He's been shooting lights out. He's been doing what we expect as a third scorer. The issue with Kuzma is his trainer is now deciding to take it upon himself to tweet out negative things about King James, quote unquote. And then what did Kuzma do? He commented on it and said, "Call a spade a spade." Now, if you don't know, Kuzma's trainer got on Twitter and was talking about how after the Christmas game, how LeBron was dodging Kawhi, basically scared of him, and Kawhi was showing who was really in the lab working out this summer and getting better. And Kuzma replied to that saying, "Call a spade a spade."
Yeah.
Basically co-signing and endorsing it to the point where today, before the Portland game, LeBron had to come out and media asked him about it, and he had to address it and say there's no beef. Now, to me, the fact that it's gotten to that point to where he has to address it, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right. Now, when I was watching the Blazers game, the Lakers against Blazers tonight, as I said, I was relieved to see LeBron continually pass the ball to Kuzma just to kind of show. But LeBron is so passive-aggressive. Is that kind of LeBron? Yeah, Kuz, here you go. Here's the ball. Take that shot. Oh, you made it? Okay, good. That works for us in the time being. But guess what? Now you're increasing your trade value so I can get you out of here even quicker. LeBron is so cynical and so passive like that, so passive-aggressive. I don't know how to see this.
This is your sky is falling.
For this week, yeah. This week until LeBron gets hurt again, I'm still not convinced about that shoulder or the groin.
The last 3 games, Kyle Kuzma scored 16, 25, and 24.
Okay. But I told you last week before these 3 games, I don't think Kuzma is the right guy for this. Do we look at trading him?
Oh, I mean, if he shoots like this, he's the right guy. He's shooting 48.9%.
I agree. If he does this, yes, but I don't have faith in Kuzma to do this.
You don't?
Not regularly, no.
I know,
I think he's going to get hot for such games like he is now.
He's
as far as
so hot.
Regularly, no, I don't.
The only problem I have with the way he's playing, or I don't even have a problem with the way he's playing. The only thing I have to say is that he gets so hot and they go away from him. I've never seen that. You never let a guy shoot 4 3-pointers in a row or 4 shots in a row in general, and then hey, let's do something else. Why? Why would you do that? So look, I think he can do it. I know he worked out really hard this offseason. I know he's training with lethal shooter.
Coming into the season, I thought it was great. Played for Team USA, got some Coach Pop pedigree under him. Mm-hmm. I thought it was going to be great.
He's just been injured.
I don't want to hear it. Dude's 24. You can't tell me I'm hurt. You can't tell me I'm hurt. You're 24, kid.
He got
you're a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid. Come on now.
So what's going to qualify? His knee got to be blown off into the sky.
Yeah, sure.
Wheelchairing down.
Look, when I was
when
I was in the Army, it was life, limb, or eyesight. You're either dead, one of your limbs fell off, or you cannot see. If it's not life, limb, or eyesight, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, so
at 24,
luckily
life,
he's not in the military. He's playing in the NBA,
where they're soft and they're babies.
We call him soft, but the man has been on fire. He's been on fire
until he shows me. Until he shows me himself. Okay, that's great. That's all well and dandy. Until he shows me he can do this for 15, 20 games in a row, okay, I'll give you a bad game, a bad shooting night here or there, 12,
Give him 12 games.
Can I do that with his trainer taking shots at LeBron and he's co-signing?
Like, did LeBron have a bad game? Did LeBron have a bad game?
Is that because he's trying to increase his trade value, though?
Did LeBron have a bad
LeBron
game?
has 16 assists. How many of them were to Kuzma? At least 5.
No. He was talking about the game against the Clippers. What did LeBron shoot?
Okay, and then what happened the next game, the very next game? LeBron's like, okay, there's no beef. I'm not mad. I don't care. Because LeBron also has to come out and say, I don't care. Okay, yeah. But guess what?
He's a trainer. He's not even like it'd be different if it was your mom or your brother, your sister.
But Kuzma still co-signed. Kuzma still co-signed.
Look, Kuzma was hot that game. He should have gave him the ball more often. Probably could have won that game if he passed it.
I think Kuzma's mouth is too much for him to.
He hasn't said anything.
He doesn't have to. It's the fact he co-signed Kevin. Kevin, you can't just sit here and tell me that tweet don't mean nothing.
That tweet means a lot. And you know what that tweet means? Passing the ball.
Oh my goodness, Christian. You don't have to co-sign it, though. You can let your trainer say it for you. Okay, that's fine. I ain't got... Because then you can hide behind the veil of...
Yes.
That's just a trainer. That ain't got nothing... The moment that he says, call a spade...
Look, we have no idea for a fact that comment had to do with what he was talking about. Because someone also tweeted Kuzma... after he said, "It's always nice to play." I'm paraphrasing. He said, "It's always nice to play
on Christmas
in Staples Center."
No blank Sherlock.
Yeah, and a fan came out and said, "Well, we lost the game," and he said, "No 4-letter word Sherlock."
Mm-hmm. No poop.
So we have no idea if he was talking about a fan or a friend or whatever.
Dude,
he has not come out and said, "Yes, I was talking about LeBron."
And this always happens in Lakerland. I don't know why I'm surprised. We live off drama, but it's still like, okay, things are going so well.
There's always drama.
And I don't know how I feel about it. I know how I feel about it. But when there was no drama, I was like, okay, we're winning, but it's kind of boring. Now we got drama. Now I'm like, hold on. No,
I like
he
the
needs
winning.
to go. Yeah, I like the winning too, but it was still kind of boring because everybody was kind of too friendly and getting along too much, and there was no, like I said, we live off the drama in Lakerland. Kobe and Shaq, it was drama. I'm sure there was drama between Magic and Kareem, even though it was in the 70s, and media wasn't what it is now. And I'm sure behind closed doors there was some drama. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, there's drama on every team.
Yeah, but the good ones make it fun. The good ones, there's drama and wins. Okay, we had the wins, but we didn't have any drama, so I was kind of bored with it.
Yeah.
But now that we got the drama, I'm like, I kind of prefer the boring because the drama came when the losses started piling up. And that's another thing, like, you don't know how they're going to start to react to losses. Are people going to start to change? Well,
right.
Before tonight.
How Rondo acted to the losing. He sat away from the team.
Yeah. Exactly. So, like, you don't know how people are going to change and react to losses. Like, it's all good and dandy when they're winning, but now they're coming off of 4 straight losses. Kuzma's trainer makes this comment, and now they finally win a game. You don't know what's going. And like I said, LeBron is so passive aggressive. He's not going to go to Kuzma and be like, "I want you gone." He's going to go to Rob Pelinka and be like, "I want Kuzma gone." If Rob says no, we had this conversation beforehand. LeBron has next year. That's it. AD has this year. That's it. So he could look at AD and be like, "Look, you're with Clutch. You're signed to my agency. I'm going to do you a solid." And I was trying to get Kuzma out here. They told me no. They value him more than me. I'm opting out. I'm going to do what's best for you.
You see what you did, right?
What did I do?
You went from a trainer making a comment.
It's a trickle-down effect.
It's gone.
It's a triple effect. It's a trickle-down, bro. nobody wants to listen, but watch. One of these times, I'm going to sit here and be like, I told you so. I told you so.
Look, how have your records been all season?
Hey, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I said 1-2.
I'm a playoff predictor, not a regular season predictor. Just like the Lakers are a playoff team, not a regular season team. I am built to predict the playoffs, not the regular season. But, I mean, tell me you can't see that. Like, obviously, that's worst case scenario. Like, all hell broke loose. Like, that's nuclear. I'm not saying it's going to happen or there's a good chance of it happening. But that could possibly be a scenario.
I think
because we really don't know how LeBron feels about it, and he's not going to tell us.
I think they'll be fine. He's injured, or he's hampered.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
He's coming off and he's trying to play himself back into playing performance. He probably knows that he messed up the game, and this is his way of just saying kumbaya.
But when has LeBron shown the ability to take criticism? Ever?
That's a good question.
And it's not even like Kuz is a superstar. Kuz is the third best player on the team. But on this team, he's technically a role player.
That's true.
So now you got a role player taking shots at LeBron who is not...
He's not just a role player. You know that. He's the third best player on this team.
Yes. I give him that credit. But you're averaging 11 points a game, dude.
In the last few games,
you're a role player.
Leading the team in scoring.
You're a role player. Until he can do this for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time.
Well, he's probably going to have to do it because someone's hampered.
If he does this until All-Star break, I'll lay off. And I'm not saying he has to do it every game.
No, but
he can have sure 3, 4, 5 bad games as long as they're not consecutive. As long as they're broken up.
He's going to do this until LeBron James is not hampered. Because obviously he's hampered. I mean, you shot 2 for 12 from 3, bro.
Okay, so what happens come
Stop
playoffs?
Shooting the rock.
What happens comes playoffs when Kuzma is disgruntled?
Do you think that Kuzma is going to be disgruntled?
Maybe. I don't know Kuz like that.
This guy is really falling.
Bro, I'm just saying I play everything out. I play everything. I'm like a computer. I simulate it in my mind, okay?
Are there choices or just bad choices?
Just bad ones. For me, just bad ones. That's all I can say.
You can prepare yourself mentally for the fall.
Yeah, so when it happens, I'm not as butthurt. I recover better. If I sit here and I tell myself it's all roses and butterflies and I'm just skipping through a prayer, I'm going to be devastated when it's bad happens.
I told you, I said they're probably going to lose a bunch of games, and then LeBron James might take off some games when we're playing these next 4 terrible teams. Well, not next 4 terrible, but outside Dallas, the next 3 teams are pretty terrible.
Yeah, that's the good thing. Come January, their schedule lightens real back up. They have the Knicks. They have the Magic. They have a couple other bad teams in there that they're going to play in the early. So, yeah, they took the 4-game losing streak, but they're going to recover real quick here.
Yeah, and we can consider ourselves the underdog when we play the Clippers. Because as much as messes guys like Marcellus Wiley were talking about the Lakers after they won.
Like I said, the Lakers should have won that. The Lakers lost that game more than the Clippers won it.
Mm-hmm. I'm
standing by that. I really believe in my heart. The numbers tell you one thing, and this is why I don't care too much about analytics, because I watch the game, and I'm more of an eye test person. What I'm saying on the court. The Lakers had full control of that entire game. They were up 15 halfway through the third. They were up 5 with 4.5 minutes left, and they lost.
They were in control of everything except for the most notable stats and Kawhi Leonard.
And yet they still could have won, and LeBron was not attacking at all. Imagine if LeBron would have been going to the rim. LeBron looked only about 50% healthy.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was 80 and he was able to actually have some explosiveness and try to get to the... There's fouls called because the refs were calling it very loose. The only reason the Lakers didn't go to the free throw line more was because at the end of the game they started throwing into AD, who would just take a turnaround 17-foot
But see,
jump shot.
That's my problem. Like, he went to them after they were cold. Like, that's why I feel like he lost that game for us. Mm-hmm. Because he tried to work himself back into the game. And then once he was finally, like, playing adequate, he was like, hey, let me throw the ball to AD. Hey, AD hasn't had the ball in like 10, 15 minutes, bro. I mean, what do you think he's going to do?
I mean,
and he's like,
he made one of them. He made one of them. He missed one of them. It was over both times. It was over Montrezl Harrell, which I'm not mad at those shots.
I'm mad at those shots.
I'm not mad at him. I just wish that in that point of the game he would have tried to assert himself a little bit more and been more dominant. More both AD and LeBron. I'm not mad that he settled for the set because ideally throughout the course of the game, that's the type of shots we want AD taking when Montrezl Harrell is on him. Mm-hmm. But in those closing minutes, AD, look, I know you don't want to get down there and bang because you're soft, but get your big butt down there and bang.
Soft. Ooh.
Bro, that's how I feel about AD. I love him as a player, especially since he's come to LA and I get to see him every night and I get to appreciate him and respect him more. I still think he's mentally soft. That's why he's like, I don't want to play the 5. I don't want to play the 5.
Because he's injury prone.
Bro, I'm asking you for 4 minutes. Go down there and bang, please.
LeBron James doesn't go down there and bang.
LeBron is 35. AD is 26.
LeBron has never gone down there and banged.
He's a perimeter player. When have you been like LeBron going to the post? Do you want LeBron in the post or do you want him handling the ball?
Look, I've always had this conversation.
If you're running
would be if he was actually
if you're running the offense through him the way Kobe and Jordan did in the triangle.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's not LeBron wants to be more like Oscar and Magic.
LeBron could be better in the post than Kobe and Jordan. You know
why?
But
LeBron wants to be Oscar and Magic. He doesn't want to be Kobe and Jordan.
What I'm saying is that LeBron would be better than Kobe and Jordan in the post because he could create mismatches.
He's bigger. He's stronger than both of them.
Yes, he could be on the power forward or he could be on a small forward.
I get it, but that's not what LeBron's game is. LeBron's game is modeled more towards Magic and Oscar Robertson, not Kobe Jordan. Because while Kobe and Jordan, and you got to think, they ran basically the same position because they both had fill. So they're both playing the same, literally the exact same offense. But that offense, once they got the ball in the pinch post, free throw line extended, even though they're in the post, the offense is still running through them.
Yes.
They're either turning around, they're making a fadeaway, they're turning around, they're spinning off you, they're getting to the rim.
Yes.
They're passing it out, they're spinning off you, catching the lob. The offense is still LeBron doesn't. That's not LeBron. LeBron wants to play smaller than what he is. Mm-hmm. He wants to play like he's 6'3", when in reality he's 6'8". Just like Magic wanted to play like he was 6'3", but he was 6'10".
You're
Oscar,
it's a mismatch.
And it's a mismatch. It's their gift, their skill. But LeBron is more in the Magic Johnson, Oscar Robertson mold rather than the Kobe Jordan. So when he throws the ball into AD, I expect AD to, come on, I'm asking you to bang for 4 minutes, bro. 4 minutes. Can you give me 4 minutes?
Probably not going to happen.
That's like 10 possessions, man. Come on now. How much further do I have to break this down for you to be like, that's kind of ridiculous that you can't do that? Like, you're 26. It's not like you're old and decrepit.
Look, did Pau Gasol ever play the 5?
Yeah. When they put LO at the 4?
Very infrequently.
Ron Artest at the 3, Kobe at the 2, Fish at the 1.
Very infrequently.
He played the 5.
But
when Bynum was hurt, do you know how much Bynum was hurt?
He was either hurt or he was in foul trouble.
So who was playing the 5?
But like very infrequently, and when he was playing the 5, he was not effective.
You can't say it's very infrequently, but then say Bynum was always hurt or in foul trouble.
The worst part about it is that he wasn't as effective playing the 5. He wasn't as effective.
Who, Bynum or Powell?
Powell. When he played the 5, he wasn't as effective.
But Powell still got down there. As soft as Powell was. Did Powell not bang with KG in the finals?
Yes, he did. After we lost.
Yeah, in 10, not 8. Because Powell just looked like the B word in 8. But in 10, was he not banging with
He did.
KG? You think Dwight, or you think, not Dwight, but you think AD would bang with KG? Come on. He can't bang with us on Whiteside.
Look, you're asking him, he did it today. But you want him to go, Powell went through that loss in the finals before it actually happened.
AD's gone through 7 years and he's only gotten to the second round once. He's been to the playoffs
How many times
twice.
had Pau Gasol been to the playoffs before he got to the Lakers?
Every year.
No, I think it was one time.
No, in Memphis, they couldn't get out of the first round now. So I'm not saying they made deep playoffs.
I saw that Memphis team. That team was terrible.
They would continually get to the playoffs, but they would continually get swept.
It was him and nobody else.
Yeah, and they would get swept by San Antonio a lot of times. Oddly enough. But he would still get down there. He would bang with KG when he was with the Lakers. What did you think San Antonio did? He would bang with Tim Duncan.
But he went through the loss in the finals before he really was willing to do it because he knew this is what I need to do to win.
Well, LeBron needs to break through AD and let AD know, look, we're not winning this
Probably
year.
not going to have to, though, because we have two other centers.
But offensively, I still need your bang. I can't take like I said, I'm not mad about the turnaround 17-foot shots over Montrezl Harrell at any point in the game until the closing minutes. Those closing minutes, I get it, AD. You don't want to play the 5. This is not what you want to do, but you need to do it for the last 5 minutes of the game.
Now, what I would prefer him to do,
regardless of who we have playing center,
because some teams are playing zone on us, and they're either forcing him to take a fadeaway shot.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would prefer him to do is just kick it out. Because if he kicks it out, then now they're not playing him on a zone; they're playing the team in a zone. And as long as we get to either the middle of the court or get it to a wide open shooter, we can break down the zone.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I don't know. This is a topic we're gonna have to take more time over the course of the year.
Yeah.
To talk about, because obviously things are gonna change, and I feel my way right now, and Kevin feels his way right now, but things are so fluid. The offense is gonna be changing, and
but that's gonna be a problem moving forward.
Yeah,
because
if we get to the playoffs and he's not doing this, or he's doing this exact same thing, like in the playoffs. Say we get the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, and he takes those same 17-foot turnaround fadeaway jumpers over Montrezl Harrell in the last 3 minutes of the close game. You can't. Please, will you just go down there and bang for me? Stop being so soft.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, we kind of got off topic, but the Kuz thing, the Kuz thing is real in my eyes. Kevin just like a duck, water off the back. I think it's real. But we're gonna move on and 2 more topics. I brought up to you Darren Collison. He's a free agent currently. I think he would be nice. If you have such a problem with Rondo, I don't have a problem with Rondo, but if you have such a problem with Rondo, why don't we pick him up? Rondo's making about $8-9 million this year, so if we trade him for a second-round pick or something, we clear out his money. We can give Collison the vet minimum. We opened up $7 million of cap space we can use for anything else we want,
Yeah, I like the idea. The only part I don't like about it is the fact that he retired. So
did he technically retire?
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he can unsubmit the paperwork.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, he can always come back. See, now the whole reason that I'm looking at him and I want him is because, like I've been telling you guys since episode 1, the Lakers, and this has been very apparent to me very early in the season, we need another player off the bench that can handle the ball, create for himself and others, and is an effective shooter. Because that's the thing, and that's why they're having to play Rondo so much off the bench. And you don't like that. You don't like the way it's going. So how do we upgrade that?
Yeah.
these are the things we need. And I got tired of talking about Jamal Crawford. I would love Jamal Crawford still. But I kind of decided to see what else, or think about what else is out there. And Darren Collison, he kind of fits everything that I've been talking about and harping that we need off our bench.
He does.
Because he's about, 15-6 career average, 15.6 assists.
Mm-hmm. Really good player.
Yeah.
UCLA alum.
That's the bad thing. That's the thing I don't like. But people call him the poor man's Chris Paul. You proposed to me, is it more Chris Paul or is it more Steve Nash? I lean more Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I would assume you think he's more Nash-like. Just because if you didn't, why would you propose that question to me? Remember when we were texting about it?
Yeah.
But I think he's more Chris Paul. Obviously not as skilled, as talented, as good as Chris Paul, but the things they do are similar. He's just a couple steps back of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Is how I feel about him. I mean, I couldn't expect much better, basically, given what the Lakers are giving. Now, they would have to cut somebody. Cut Troy Downs, cut Quinn Cook. One of them. I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Neither one of them is getting off the bench. Why are we carrying both of them?
I have no idea.
Cut one of them. We can pick up Collison. You know he's going to take the vet minimum. What? He's going to say no to a chance at a championship? He's never won a ring.
Well, he said supposedly he retired because he's a
Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witness, and he wants to dedicate his life to service. So,
but he's still young. He's like 30, 31.
But he could always change his mind.
Yeah. Now, if that's real and that's actually true and that's what he, by all means, let the man do it. And I give him all the respect for doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to walk away from millions of dollars, especially to be religious, and promote your religion and do, because when you're a priest or a pastor, you don't get paid very well.
No.
So you're walking away from but if they could somehow get him to come back and play basketball, assuming he's still in shape or he can get in basketball shape, he's kind of everything that we're looking for.
Well, I know Frank Vogel would love him because
didn't he have him in Indiana?
Yeah, he did. His first few years were Indiana.
Yeah, so that's a good start right there. He already has a connection.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't find an issue with it. Can you find a negative to hypothetically say they were able to bring him in? Could you find a negative to that?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all.
You'd just be good with it, just cool, and we're on the same page for once, or what?
Yeah, I like Collison. I like him a lot.
All right. So there you have it. Maybe the Lakers, Rob Pelinka. I know you listen to us. Go get Collison, pick up the phone. And then we're going to go ahead and make our predictions now. It's going to be kind of a weird time this week. We're going to make our predictions, and we're going to end with some funny stuff at the end. So next week, let me pull up the schedule. Who do they play? I know they play Dallas tomorrow.
Dallas.
And then first game.
I think that's going to be a revenge game for the Lakers.
It better. So they play Dallas tomorrow, last game of 2019 of the decade.
Yeah.
Their next game after that will be
Phoenix.
On January 1st. Phoenix at home.
How did that happen?
Right? And then the Pelicans at home.
And the Sunday. Oh, okay. Those two. Yeah, that's fine.
3, yeah. So that.
Yeah.
Because we'll record before Sunday.
Yeah.
So looking at those 3 games, Dallas, Phoenix, and New Orleans all at home. I'm kind of torn. I don't know whether to go 2-1 or 3-0 because I'm not gonna say I'm scared, but I'm cautious about tomorrow because it's the second night of back-to-back.
I'm going 3-0.
I'll go 3-0 because it's a short flight. It's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Portland. And Luka is only going to be in his second game back after that sprained ankle.
Isn't it at home?
It's at home.
Okay, yeah. I'm going 3-0.
We're playing them at six. So you got them going 3-0. I got them going 3-0.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week.
Go back.
It'll be his second game. He played last night, I believe, or Thursday. Yeah. So he played his first game back after the ankle sprain, so this will be his second game.
Okay.
Which is why, even though it's back-to-back and all that...
It's not like he has a ton of athleticism.
Yeah. But Luka's a killer.
Yeah. No, I was saying, like, he doesn't... Yeah. It's not. He doesn't use it towards his strengths. It's not really one of his strengths.
So Kevin and I both have him going 3-0 for this week. Hopefully next week when we talk to you, we'll be able to report that we're both correct. I hope to God. Let's end the show on a lighter note. The Snoop Dogg comments. I'm going to let you take this one away.
All right. So Snoop Dogg went on Twitter and went off on the Lakers after they lost Christmas Day. Just like a bunch of fans. Twitter was... He
was expressing the way I felt, but I had to keep it controlled because I was with family. And I have a young child running around the house, and I can't be... and I got my mom who's out here from Georgia, so I got to respect the old and the young, and I kind of had to keep it composed, but he said everything I wanted to.
He went off. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was saying... He didn't mention any names, but he said bench players
calling people N-words and B-words,
yes.
and
you could get
ruining my effing Christmas
in the gym and knock down those threes.
If you haven't seen it yet, please go look on Twitter. I don't know where Kevin found it, but he sent it to me. Just please go watch it on Twitter. We're gonna do our best to censor it just because we want to keep it family friendly. We're not gonna post it because of that as well. But you can go find it on Twitter.
Yeah. He said he wasn't talking about the starters. Now, even though LeBron James shot 2 for 12 from 3.
That's what we should have been talking about.
I know.
I'm mad at Snoop because he saw Kobe. He knew Kobe. He know Kobe to this day. So it's like, yo, that's who you should be talking about.
Exactly. And, the only he said he was talking about the bench. Kyle Kuzma shot 4 for 9 for 3. So I know he's not talking about Kuzma.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight Howard, of course, he didn't shoot no threes, so you ain't talking about him. Caldwell Pope shot 2 for 3, so it's not Caldwell Pope.
Caruso just going by deduction here.
Kuzma shot 1, and Caruso shot 1, and he missed it. So
you can't hold that against him.
Yeah, but Rondo shot 1 for 5.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say you talking about my guy.
That's the only one.
Yeah, he mentioned 2.
It's the only one.
He mentioned 2.
Who's that? Ain't nobody else.
He said both of y'all blanks better get in the blanking gym.
Well, he must have been talking about Caruso then.
This is why when I saw it, I texted you. I was like, I wonder who he was talking about. Because I wish he would have name dropped. I really do.
I wish he was. Man, it would have been juicy.
Because that's Snoop. Did you see earlier in the year their first game in San Antonio? Probably not. Because I watch it all online and whatnot. So I get to see what the arena is doing for timeouts and halftime and all that. I don't cut to commercials and halftime shows and all. I see what's going on in the arena during all these times. And the first game in San Antonio during the first or second time out in the first quarter, Snoop was there, and he was sitting under one of the baskets. So you know how San Antonio has the mascot, the coyote or whatever?
Yeah.
They gave the coyote a box, like a gift box. And he's sitting there, and he's literally, he comes out from one end, the opposite end where Snoop is sitting. He comes out, he comes on the court during the timeout, and he's crip walking the whole way down the court, carrying this box, right? And he just crip walks his way all the way down the court, straight up to Snoop, gives it to Snoop. Snoop opens it. It's a San Antonio Spurs jersey with the name Snoop Dogg on the back.
Wow.
And Snoop is like, he took a little picture, folded it right back up, opened up his jacket. It's a LeBron James jersey. Yeah, but they literally had the mascot crip walking all the way down the court, holding a box.
Wow.
And they had a Snoop Dogg song playing on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there crip walking, gets all the way to Snoop and is like, bro, it was so hilarious. I'm sure you can find that somewhere on YouTube as well. But this Coyote mascot, he was committed.
He's talented.
He was just crip walking down the court. I'm like, damn, that's how you feel.
He's like, yeah, I've been waiting years to pull this one off. I've been waiting for this one.
You know, I'm from LA. I'm originally from LA. I just moved out here.
You just got me working here. But this ain't gonna be my full-time job.
I'm from the beach, bro. Let me slide my mixtape with this jersey.
Hopefully one day, the Lakers will make a mascot. And I'm
gonna blood walk on the Lakers floor. Yeah, bro. It was funny to me. So Snoop had these outrageous comments after Christmas. He had them right after the game against the Clippers, and he had one the next day. And the one on the 26th is where he was talking bad about two bench players. He didn't name drop them or anything, but he was talking bad about two bench players. The post he had on Christmas Day directly after the game was basically, y'all ruined my Christmas. And I'm putting that PG terms. Y'all ruined my Christmas. I can't believe this stuff. But it's cool. It's comedy. I didn't like hearing it.
I don't think it was. It didn't look like he was fun.
Oh, no. That's why it's because he was dead serious. And like I said, he was saying everything I felt and wanted to say and express, but I couldn't because I was in a family setting.
Yeah.
Had it been a normal game or a normal Christmas for me where I would have just been, maybe me and my girl, my kid, whatever. But had I been alone, I'd have been cussing up the TV. I'd have threw the remote at the wall, bro. I was hot. After that Pat bet, I thought we were getting the ball back. I got up, got some food, come back, and this Clippers ball inbounded. And I'm like, what?
Well, you know what? If you take away LeBron's 12 shots from three, the Lakers shoot 36% from three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? You take away Pat Bev's block.
Oh my God!
The Clippers lose.
Yeah, you never know. LeBron will still have to make the shot.
They'd have called a foul. LeBron's bailed out. I don't know what to say. But yeah, so what else you got about the Snoop Dogg comments? Nothing else?
No, that was it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to episode 8 of the Purple and Gold Hoops podcast. Like I said earlier, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does a lot for us in the channel. Also, follow us on Twitter at PGH1 podcast. Kevin and I are both on there. I don't really know how to use Twitter, so he has to teach me, but
I was begging someone to get in an argument with me.
Yeah, he's been on there.
I was hot that Laker game.
He's been on here for the last couple of games, and maybe nobody got in an argument with him because we ain't big enough yet. So help us grow and expand, and you can see all Kevin's shenanigans when we're not on here. But yeah, hit that like, subscribe button. This is Adam.
This is Kevin.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll talk to you guys next week. Hopefully it'll be a 3-0 week for the Lakers, and let's run that record to 25-7. Have a good night.